Here we are in Woodbridge, New Jersey. We are downtown in what is known as Main Street. This is Main Street, USA. How you doing? I'm going to show you around town a little bit, and I want to point out one thing here. This is one of the things that makes this town successful: public parking. It's behind the stores. They are strategically placed here in New Jersey. It's something that I look forward to working on in Staten Island. Take you guys around town a little bit. These are some older buildings that have been refurbished. In town, you have just about everything you can imagine here. You have restaurants, nail salons, this bar. There's the Main Street Tavern here. Beautiful Il Castello restaurant. Benches. You notice the flower pots. All the parking signs are in order. Here's another beautiful part of the restaurant, the catering side of it. Down the road here we have another restaurant. This is all condominiums. The Chinese restaurant, printing and graphics, you name it, you have it here. It's all right here. Some of these, you know, what makes this so special here, look at this. There's a hometown hero, an Army veteran, evidently, from World War II, Joseph Keslauskas. The poles are nice and neat. The flag is flying high. Everything is neat and clean, and there's plenty of parking. So we got to get to work. Here you have David Armente, U.S. Marines, active duty. That's a hero. Active duty. How nice. I'm Glenn Yost. I'm running for State Assembly.
Nice to meet you.
You too, sir. We're from Staten Island, New York. I'm just visiting your Main Street. I want to show our folks back home in Staten Island what our Main Street could look like.
Hey, I'll give you a little story right here.
Okay.
I've been going to this Woodbridge Auto Parts for 40 years.
Yeah.
Get all my fishing stuff, get my fishing license, auto parts, and I just bought this beautiful Cloud 9 seat. I took the cheesy one back to Walmart.
See,
when I see it's same money too. You don't have to go to Walmart.
Have you lived?
You can go right to Main Street.
Glenn Yost, Joe. I'm from Staten Island.
There's another Yost I knew. I think he played for the Mets. Or the
Ed Yost. Yeah, no, not really. Not as far as I know.
I would have moved to Staten Island to give you my vote.
Thanks so much.
I like Ed Yost.
Thank you.
Man.
So tell us about your town. To me, it looks beautiful. We have a Main Street, you know, in Tottenville.
Oh yeah.
That we love.
I know Staten Island very well.
Okay. So tell us about your town. What's happening here?
I've only been here for about 45 years.
Whoa. Okay.
You know, I moved here from Jersey City, and all it did was improve.
Right.
We're not the biggest township, but
it's a great place.
I think it's a great place.
It's very clean. Everybody keeps takes some pride in their community. You can see it. Yeah.
You know, even when I'm on my post, I see a little garbage or something, I throw it in them. Cycle garbage, you know, whatever the case may be.
Right. So here we are a little further down in town. We have the transit system. And a lot of this, I have to say, this is their train trestle that comes into town here. But a lot of this, and as we look up the road here, kind of reminds me of our place in Staten Island called Tottenville. To me, this is what Tottenville could be one day. But one of the things that we need so desperately there is parking. People have to park to get to these places, to get to these wonderful little stores. And you know, you look around here, we're going to do a little bit more. More offices, eyewear, nail salons, the post office, restaurants, bars, a bartending school. So there's a little cigar store. 1 block away, you'll notice the sign here. Free public parking, and this is what I'm talking about. This is the parking lot here. The guys were just out here landscaping. Just cut all the grass, and it's just magnificent. And this is what we lack in many of our towns in Staten Island. If we had these things, these parking lots, I mean, what a difference we'd have, you know? And the other thing that really has to start happening is we have to start providing small business loans. Like some of these places here, you know, young entrepreneurs who want to open up something fantastic and start something for themselves and their families, that can be done with small business loans provided by the state of New York. We ought to really look into that. I look forward to working on some of these projects. Another hometown hero here, Frank Ferraro, U.S. Navy. You know, we could do this kind of stuff on Staten Island. It doesn't take legislation. We could do it with civic associations. We could do it with the business community. But we ought to start really thinking about how to improve our own place, you know, our own Main Street, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. We're only 4.5 miles away, so we'll be back in Tottenville in about 8 minutes or 9 minutes. Here we are, back in Tottenville, moments away from Woodbridge, New Jersey. We're on our Main Street. It's the police station's behind me. This shopping plaza here has been vacant for many years now. It's become a parking lot in a sense for the police department and their personnel. And we'll walk up Main Street. I'll show you our town. This is the side of the building. We're walking up Main Street. You can see we have some blended usage here. We have residential property. And then we start some of our local stores here. So, you know, we're just right up the road from the 123 precinct. This is a parking lot. My understanding is that the church up the road, the Coptic church, has purchased it. Right now it's in legal limbo, waiting for permits and stuff like that. But this is what I'm talking about. This opened up to public parking and maybe church usage, or we can work something out with them. This is going to make a difference. Something like this right here in town is going to change all these stores, these new stores that are here, and they're hanging on and doing a great job. And we need to make sure that we patronize these stores. The event and design planner, a place for little kids there. There's a barber shop across the street. This is a leasing facility. Hi guys.
How's it going?
Glenn Yost, how are you? Nice to see you. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. I'm running for New York State Assembly.
Very nice. Good luck.
Okay, thank you very much. Nice to see you guys. This is the Main Street Salon, a hairdressing place here. Let me see if they're here.
Hello!
Hi folks, how are you? How you doing?
Wait.
We're gonna videotape you for a second, all right?
What do you like?
So, how y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
So we're just here talking about Main Street, and we're talking about how to improve it. What do you have? Any? So how are you? What's going on?
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
I think maybe the parking situation.
There we go. So, you know, here's some more stores here. The Mexican restaurant. This is Sound Explosion. They do party events. Here's our little coffee store, Main Street Coffee. Just newly opened, newly renovated. Wonderful place. Let's go say hello.
How are you today?
Good to see you.
Yeah, likewise.
You know, I know you guys are new business here. It's great to have you in town. I'm glad that you invested in Tottenville. And I just want to ask you as a store owner what you think might improve this
I
district.
would say parking-wise, I know there's a couple of empty lots on Main Street here. Maybe we could utilize some of those lots. There's a lot up the street here. There's a lot down the block. I know people even talked about getting a farmer's market going to utilize those empty lots.
We're on Craig Avenue. We have it's kind of like the town deli, really, Cracker Barrel. Across the street here we have the Coptic Church, and in here this is the old Tottenville National Bank, which is now owned by the church. The folks across the street purchased this particular building, but every day, you know, we come here and there's beer bottles here, liquor bottles, dirt. I'm sure the church folks are going to clean it up and keep it clean, but a constant problem here for the people. And I see it on Tottenville Live. The folks here are very concerned about the cleanliness. I mean, look at this street here. So where we just left, moments away, and now we're looking at these weeds and continuing the tour. We're walking up, still on Main Street. Just want to show you some of these overgrown weeds. You'll see all this debris in here, trash. And then behind me we have this project. which sits here vacant and empty. Nobody uses this parking lot, which could be another parking lot potentially that could be utilized for this town and to start rebuilding it. In fact, this has just been vacant for probably about 20 years now, I think. So we have to look into these things. Continuing walking up Main Street, this is another vacant building that sits here, underutilized, vacant, and it's really an eyesore. This is in the heart of Main Street. This was an old movie theater at one point in time, many years ago, when Main Street in the 20s, 30s, 40s, even 50s was a vibrant business district. And now it's just, I mean, you see some of this stuff here, it's just from where we left. Just moments away, 4.5 miles away. Here's our Tottenville post office. There's a few more little stores here. This is a local bar that's been here for a long time. This here was it's an old Masonic temple. Some little businesses trying to pop up here and there. So we're hoping somebody's going to buy that building and put in a new business there. And then we come up the road here. Now we're on Amboy Road. How we doing? So here we are, the end of the tour on Main Street. There's one of our artists, our local artist, Scott Libido, provided us with that flag here in town, and he's a local hero to many of us. So here we are, ending our tour on Main Street. We hope to revitalize this place. We have to work with the businesses, state government to provide small business loans. That is the heart of this community. We need to have that happening. We need parking.